Well, it's time to talk about the female future in the MCU. It seems to be starting off rather slow due to political reasons and what happened before, which we'll talk about, but now we're going to talk about the future, which seems to be coming at us in a very fast and rapid moving direction. So let's talk about it. Okay, so as most of you know, Marvel Studios specifically has been trying to get a female-led movie off the ground since 2010 is really when they started working on a Miss Marvel movie. Political reasons, behind the scenes, Ike Perlmutter, who now works for Trump, he was never a big supporter of women having lead roles or highlights. That's why you never saw Black Widow action figures packed on store shelves. He was against it. He didn't want that. He wanted a split that was very decisive, and he said how he saw stuff, and that's the way they had to go. Kevin Feige eventually showed what he can do and ousted him out. So now you're getting this. And Captain Marvel and the Wasp recently have been a subject of a lot of debate when it comes to Marvel Studios. Specifically, that Wasp got top billing in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Rightfully so, she seems to be the highlight for many people, including myself. And going down the road into the future, you start looking at other potential franchises, really. You, of course, have Captain Marvel coming in less than a year. And we know this is going to be a big driving force in the female-led future. On the TV side, you've had female leads all over the place. Once Jeff Loeb was able to just get out from underneath Perlmutter again and really put 2 Asian leads on ABC. That's pretty impressive in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Then you have females all over the Netflix series. So it's pretty impressive what they're able to do. On the film side, it seems to be taking a lot longer. And the reason for that, I would assume, I don't know this, but it's the lack of awareness for some of these characters. Captain Marvel has only gotten popular in the last 8 years, since like the first Civil War arc, really, that kind of transition, from Secret Invasion and all that. So she's relatively new in the, existence of time of Marvel Comics. And when you think of it that way, you just have to look at the comics and see what they've been saying to know the direction they're going. Miss Marvel is happening in the next 4 or 5 years, guaranteed. That's going to be one of the biggest franchises they can push out there from a political standpoint, but from also a standpoint of look at how far we've evolved as an entertainment brand. Miss Marvel, obviously coming out, Women's International Day, that's going to be huge. Black Panther, we've seen what that did for a community of people that waited for their superhero. So just think of it that way and start looking at what other characters they have, and I think you start to see a obvious picture being painted. You're going to get that female A-Force team-up movie. That's guaranteed to happen. And you already have characters like Okoye, you have Wasp, you have Scarlet Witch, and Scarlet Witch probably can't carry her own movie, but in a team-up movie like that, it makes sense. So now you have an all-female Avengers. You have Captain Marvel leading the front as her own kind of, spearhead forward. And you kind of start to see this phase 1 of women's movement, right? Where Captain Marvel is the Iron Man, kicking it off, and then a team-up movie eventually, like Iron Man 2, team up a couple, and then really propel it into that, A-Force, X-Force by then, all women-led. Who knows what they're going to do because they're going to have the X-Men. And when you really think about it that way, it's only a matter of time till you get Storm in there, Jean Grey, Emma Frost, truly empowering women that don't fit the superhero mold, that have more flaws. And I think that's the way they want to take it, which is exactly what you see with our heroes. So it's taken longer, but in the long run, you're going to get it. And it's probably going to be a better payoff that we didn't get it a decade ago and that we're getting it in 5 years. Because then it's going to be more accepted and less shunned.